Wrexham. Let's get going. Start by reminding ourselves where we got up to last time. So we'll just go and have a look at the results. And as you can see, we started the season with a win in the EFL Cup against Stoke, a home win in EFL League 2 against Bradford, and then a win in the second round of the EFL Cup at home to Barnsley. Our next match is away to Newport County in League 2. So let's get going. And we're just going to do a press conference. So let's see what they've got to say. Let's have a go. Okay, we're in. Yeah, we won't get ahead of ourselves, absolutely. We need to keep a lid on things. So that particular result was on the cards would be an exaggeration. Just say, pleased are you? Yeah, it's a good feeling when everything comes together. Wanted to make sure he was given enough rest. The only statistic matters is that we scored more goals than they did. Torre was faultless. I don't want to talk about that. Let's have a... Let's go. I just need to change the screen a minute. Let's just do that. I should have done that before I went live, my apologies. So we'll just go to windowed mode and 85%, and we'll be back on very shortly, bear with me. Okay, I'll just take a sip of coffee while that's loading. Right, let's get going. So Newport are 23rd in the league, but it's far too early in the season to draw any conclusions from that. We're new in this league, so we need to find out where the land lies before we can draw any conclusions as to how we're going to do this season. Ahead of the Newport game, I've just noticed is the EFL third round draw, EFL Cup third round draw. So we'll find out who our opponents in the next round will be. If we can get another home tie, that would be good. But equally, an away tie at a Premier League club would be nice. So we're just moments away from finding out which of those outcomes is likely to happen. And then we can turn our focus to what is now tomorrow's game at Newport. Right. So let's go through and get the EFL Cup draw done. Here we go. So, automatic draw as always, and the draw is West Ham United will play Chelsea, Manchester City will play Wolverhampton Wanderers, Port Vale will play West Bromwich Albion, Wrexham are at home to Bristol Rovers, Brentford are at home to Shrewsbury, Peterborough United are at home to Bournemouth, Arsenal are at home to Charlton Athletic, Aston Villa at home to Middlesbrough, Oxford United will play Reading. Brighton and Hove Albion will play Everton. Bolton Wanderers will play Liverpool. Tottenham Hotspur will play Sheffield United. Millwall will play Crawley Town. Manchester United will play Crystal Palace. Leicester City will play Derby County. Wigan will play Lincoln City. That concludes the draw for the third round of the EFL Cup. And I've got to say, I'm quite happy with the home draw against a team in our division. Gives us at least a chance of progressing to the next round. It's as much as we could have asked for. I trust him. Paul Mullin is a game changer. Nia Kirby has my full back in, that's fine. And we're good to go. Okay. So we'll move on to the match. And hopefully we can make it another win to continue what's been a really good start to the season. So very shortly we'll be able to pick the lineup for the Newport game, and then we'll get stuck into the first game of the evening. Okay, so they're recommending 2 changes. So Cameron Green has to come out, so that's 1. And it's going to be, I think, Callum Rowe, and then we'll put Owen Gallagher on the bench instead of Cameron Green. Sam Graham needs to come into the team. Take out McEntee. Aaron Hayden can move to right back. No, in fact, Aaron Hayden can stay where he is. That's fine. And on the where's the... I can't find what I'm looking for. I want the best position. Fact, replace with best role. Excuse me, I just need to reply to a quick text message from my wife. replace with best role is what I want, but never mind, we'll make do with how it is now. Go. We'll play the team that we've got. Okay. So teams are warming up. Apologies for the interruptions there. And our team is Marek Steck in goal, the back four of Bryce Hosanna, Aaron Hayden, Sam Graham and Callum Rowe. Fornett at the base of midfield, Niall Kirby and James Jones in central midfield, Jordan Stevens and Jimmy Torre the wingers, Paul Mullin the striker. And let's see if we can go and win the game. Pump fists. I want to be impressed today, go and put on a show. I think that's what I want to say to them. So let's see what we can do. Finish my coffee. Newport hit the crossbar, but no, it's not offside. It's gone down the other end. Mullin can't get it under control. There's a whole gaggle of teams on 4 points. Right, let's demand more. We're not doing well enough here. Callum Rowe with the throw in, Forsyth, Jones, Kirby. Gives it to Mullin. Mullin's looking for help. He's got it, but I don't think he'll find Torre with that one. No, he doesn't. It's intercepted and it's back to Newport's goalkeeper. But Hosanna picks it up in the right back position, rounds his man. Finds the ball, but not his target of Mullin. Put the ball over the top, and the Newport players blasted it into Rosehead. Right, Mullin on the free kick. Has a go at goal, it's wide. I wouldn't say it was agonisingly close. Right. Sorry, just lost my phone lead. Got it back. Right, Mullin's in, but it's over the bar. Slightly disappointing first half. Stevens looks like candidate for a half-time substitution. It's a very even looking game. So we'll thrash the arms, not good enough. We'll make that one change at half time. Jordan Stevens off. Are we going to go with... I think Jonathan Rowe is the right answer. So we'll bring Jonathan Rowe on. And we'll demand more straight away. Instant win. It's good when a plan comes together. So it's 1-0 to Wrexham. Kirby's got it. Rowe. Forner gives it to Jones. Finds Kirby. Mullin. Rowe. And Rowe's only gone and scored. It's an absolutely fantastic start for Wrexham. Two 0 up, 48 minutes gone. It's looking pretty good at this stage. That's better, that's how I normally have my phone set up. Okay, so we're 2-0 up, 59 minutes gone. Toure needs to come off. So we'll bring Gallagher on. We're only 12 minutes away from securing a win. Final substitution, Sean Goss on for Tyrese Forner, my apologies. I thought Graham had scored then with the header, but just over. Solid performance. Jones to Graham, to Rowe. Plays it down the line for Gallagher. Back to Rowe. Nodded inside for Jones. I think that might have been an own goal. It is, Matt Dolan. Own goal. We've made a really, really solid start to the season. 2 wins out of 2 in the league, including 1 away from home. There you go, confirmation of a 3-0 win at Newport. So we'll absolutely outstretch the arms. So that's about as good a win as you're likely to see. I think absolutely be as positive as we can be. And we're second in the table behind Carlisle on goal difference. Next game is a home game against Walsall. We're down in 18th place, so fingers crossed we can get another win. Bear with me a moment, I'm just going to turn the flash on to warm myself up a little bit. That's better. Get myself a bit warmer. Don't want to ignore a journalist. So, let's see if I can go back and talk to them. Maybe too late. No, I'm allowed to. What's the latest regarding Lincoln City's interest in Paul Mullin? I'm going to tell them to get lost. There is no way we are selling Paul Mullin. If we get promoted, he's going to be a massive part of the reason why. And no, that's not me saying we are going to get promoted. That's me saying if we lose him, we definitely won't. Okay, so I don't think we'll bring anybody in ahead of the Walsall game, but before the transfer deadline I do need to take a look at the squad and see where we might need to bring one more in. But I'm also looking to get rid of a few fringe players to try and keep the wage bill down. And hopefully we can put together a squad that's going to be able to compete all season long. We're fortunate that despite the fact that the Hollywood superstars have moved on, we do have sufficient money in the bank that I don't have to sell anybody. We can continue looking upwards rather than downward. The ambitions of the club have slightly been downgraded, but they're still looking for us to be a promotion contender ultimately. Just not this season. Kyle Witten's injury, he's out for 4 months. So he's not going to be back anytime soon. I think we can just move on from that. It'd be good if when you were asked that kind of question, if you said he's not going to be back for a long time, they stopped asking you about it, but they'll probably ask me again in a couple of weeks. I've been asked several times already, when's he coming back? And I keep telling them he's going to be out for a very, very long time. Right, today is game day. I'm not looking to make massive changes, but obviously we'll need to review the fitness of the players and see what state they're in. So let's have a look. They're recommending 2 changes. We probably need to look at upgrading the goalkeeper at some point. Fitness wise, the lads are all fine. So I guess it's a question of, is there anybody who's not in the side who needs a game? And the answer to that is George Cooper. So let's move Jimmy Torre to a right wing and bring George Cooper in on the left wing. And that'll be the only change I'll make today. So that means that the lineup is Marek Steck in goal, Bryce Hosanna, Aaron Hayden, Sam Graham and Callum Rowe the back 4, Tyrese Warner at the base of midfield, Nia Kirby and James Jones central midfield, Torre and Cooper the wingers, and Paul Mellin up front. Let's go, let's try and beat Walsall. Outstretch the arms, stick to the plan, stay patient and we'll be fine. Go. We'll give it 15 minutes, and if there's no sign of a breakthrough, we'll drop a demand more. So let's do that now. Also with the throw-in, Taylor launches it, but Graham's headed it clear. Cooper gives it to Forner. Forner over the top. Mullin scores. What a brilliant start to the game. Oh, it's another one. It's 2. We're making League 2 look easy at the moment. It's not, and it is going to come back and bite us in the bum at some point. But that goal has taken us to the top of the table. It's a great place to be at the moment. Perry with a throw-in. Gets it back from Wilkinson. Perry again. Jones intercepts. Mullin's tackled. It's gone a bit scrappy at this stage. Marek Steck's got it. Hopefully he's going to bring some calm. But he's launched it long. Mullin's got it. He's fed Toure. Toure's going to need some help. He's found it. But Wilkinson brings it clear. And the highlight breaks down. There's 3 of us at the top on 9 points. And on this evidence, we deserve it. Been comfortably the better side, although Toure's just picked up an injury, so we'll bring him off at half time. I think that's a sensible plan. So we'll say hands on hips. I'm happy, keep it up, and then we need to make that substitution. Toure, who's the right answer? Campbell or Rowe? I think it makes a lot of difference, to be honest. So Jonathan Rowe isn't as good off the ball. Campbell isn't as good with acceleration. I think we'd go with Campbell because his movement will be better. That's my thinking behind that substitution anyway. So we'll start the second half. Dropping in courage because we're doing really well. Although that doesn't seem to have gone down very well with the players. Oh, they've cheered up. So that's good. I'm going to try not to say anything else now unless I have to. We're 2-0 up. It's a case of don't blow it at this stage. Less than 20 to go. Campbell's having a stinker, but I'm not substituting a substitute. And Hosanna is less than fit, but I don't have a right back on the bench. But we do, I think, have a centre back who can play right back. We do. Aaron Hayden can go to right back. Bryce Hosanna can come off for Ventosa. And we'll make one more. James Jones for Sean Goss. Confirm the changes. And now we're just looking to to see out the game. And we've done it. Another win. And a good start to the stream. So nice work, that was good. And with the other results in, that takes us top of the league, clear of Carlisle and Bristol Rovers. Touré's injured, but only for 2 days, so that's fine. He'll be available for the next game. So, press conference time. Now 275 minutes since Steck last conceded. How much is 70 goalkeeper? Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper. Moment of real quality, absolutely. Paul Mullen's got it even at this level. I'm not sure whether he'll cope with the step up to League One or not, but he can certainly handle League Two. But as I said earlier, no chickens counting yet. It's far too early, we're still in August. So next up is a trip to 23rd placed Oldham Athletic. But we'll be putting out the strongest possible team we can. I'm not going to take them lightly. Right, so we've got a question from Rhys Davis. What's he want to know? Do you think MK Dons are willing to make an offer for Paul Mullen? I hope not. So, he's not for sale. End of story. Again, that's another question that keeps popping up, but it's going to when Mullen scored over 30 goals last season. And he's already on 2 for this season from 3 games and top scorer. You've always got to take it as a compliment when your players are being pursued by teams in higher divisions. Means you're doing something right. Got a recruitment meeting. I'm going to decline that one, and I know what we need to do. We need to sell players before we can bring any in. Mainly because we haven't got any space for registrations in the league squad. So even though we can actually afford it, there isn't any point bringing anybody in, because we won't be able to play them. So just a reminder, we're 1 week away from the transfer deadline. Rowan Smith is not the answer, so we'll get rid of him. Oliver Lombard is not the answer. He's not the answer either. Gary Medine, he's 32, but he doesn't want a lot of money. So we'll add him to the shortlist. Recommend scouting the EFL Cup, we'll certainly do that. No, Turner's not good enough. Too many question marks. But what we'll do actually is scout him fully. Ben Beals has potential, so we'll scout him. And we'll also scout League 2 as well. Martin Waghorn is a winger, but is unlikely to get any better. 3.5 stars. And he is, how old is he? 32. He's a bit old and wants an awful lot of money, so no. Discard him. Continue to scout Max Conway until we know more about him. Tyler McGloyer. Yeah, absolutely, we'll add him to the shortlist. And we'll scout him again. Potentially EFL League 2 standard. No, not interested. EFL League 2 standard player, potentially a League 1 player. We'll shortlist him and scout him, but we won't be making a bid for him at this stage. Same with Alfie Hughes. Kieran Wallace is a leading League 2 player, unlikely to improve, and is 27. We'll add him to the shortlist, but we won't do anything about it at the moment, so we'll just tick that one off. National League, potentially League 1 standard. Add him to the shortlist and scout him. Apologies, there's more of these recommendations than I thought. That one, no. Potentially League 2 standard, not interested. So if I get rid of that message, it should speed things up a little bit. Potential League 1 player. So we'll add him to the shortlist and scout him until we know more about him. No, not interested. Add to shortlist and scout so we don't lose track of him. Not interested. Good EFL League 1 player. Unlikely to improve, but there is potential, so we'll add him to the shortlist, scout him further until we can evaluate his potential properly. Spooner, centre back. 20 years old. Potentially League 2 standard, no thank you. No. No. No, if they're League 2 standard, I'm not interested. We're not going to be in League 2. Potentially Championship standard player, Hazeman. Absolutely, let's scout him properly. Good League 2, good Championship potential. Mate Kovar. It's a shortlist. I might make a bid for him in January rather than now, but we'll scout him in full. Same with Matthew Cox, we'll scout him as well. Absolutely no idea how many more of these there are, but we'll keep going. Capriel, potentially a League 1 standard player. Well, we'll scout him just in case. Potentially a Championship standard player. We have to scout him then. Nope. Potential Premier League player, Charlie McNeil. Definitely. Potentially a Championship player, absolutely interested. Potentially League 1 standard. We'll have a look at him, we'll scout him fully, just to check where he's at. Same with this guy, Bobby Duncan. League 2 standard, potentially League 1 standard player. Well, let's have a look at him, but we're certainly not bidding for him at this stage. Good League 2, a leading League 1 player, Tyree Shade. We absolutely have to be interested in this guy. League 2, potentially Championship, Tawanda Maswanheiser. potentially a League One standard player, shortlist him. Potentially a Championship player, again shortlist. National League, potentially League 2, not interested. Potentially League 2, no. Good EFL Championship. So yeah, we are interested. Good League 1 player, potentially we're interested. McDonald, potential Championship player, add to shortlist and scout. No, not interested. Potentially a League 2 player, no. Scout the EFL trophy, absolutely. Potentially a League 2 player, no. No, and that's it. Finally, we've got through the marathon of scouting recommendations. 3 days until the Oldham game. Let's try and get there as quickly as we can. Get another game under our belts. And then we'll, after the Blackpool game, we'll turn our attention to the transfers and the scouted players. But as I said, we need to get rid of some players before we can bring any in. So we can play a full team in this one because we'll be playing a rotated team against Blackpool for the EFL trophy. Not interested in that competition at all, so we'll be playing fringe players and kids in that one. I think once we're into League One, we'll take that competition seriously, but we need to get out of League 2 first. That's the priority for this season. Right, Toure is okay by the looks of it. Tyrese Forner is only 2.5 stars in that position. So let's bring Sean Goss in for Tyrese Forner. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can leave that the way it is. Callum Rowe, is he the best option at left back? He is. So he can stay there. I think that's absolutely the best team we can put out. So just the one change, Sean Goss replacing Tyrese Forner. And that means our lineup is Marek Steck in goal, Bryce Hosanna, Aaron Hayden, Sam Graham and Callum Rowe, the back four. Sean Goss at the base of midfield today. Nia Kirby and James Jones in central midfield. Toure and George Cooper the wingers. And Paul Mullin, as always, up front. So let's pump the fists. Been on a good run, so go out there and impress me. And as always, no action in the first 15 minutes in terms of shouts. Just see how it shakes out. We're having the better of it so far, but let's demand more. Not had a highlight yet. Jones stabs it forward to Mullin. Mullin gives it back to Goss. Goss wide to Hosanna. Hosanna inside to Kirby. Hosanna gets it back. Tricks his man and gets some space for his cross. And George Cooper gets his first goal of the season. His first goal for Wrexham. And it's a simple tap in at the back post. We're off to a good start. We're top of the league, 12 points out of 12 so far. Jones to Goss, Goss to Hayden. Hayden runs it, plays it wide to Toure. Toure can't quite get there. It's back with Hayden. Hayden goes wide to Hosanna. Inside to Kirby, inside to Goss, back outside to Hosanna, who's looking for support, plays a cross in, and Jason Lutweiler saved it for Oldham. Bryce Hosanna's gone off injured, so we will put Aaron Hayden to right back. Hosanna can come off. Ben Tozer comes on. We're dominating the game, but we're only one goal clear. Tozer with the free kick. Goss, James Jones, Callum Rowe. Rowe brings it forward. Plays it back to Jones. Out to Rowe again, who crosses. Back into the middle, but cleared by Piagiani. Toure and George Cooper buries another one. Shortly after getting his first of the season, he's got his second. And what a bullet header it was as well. Although we have been knocked off the top of the league by Carlisle. Cooper's goal's been disallowed, that's why. Right, took me a while to realise what had happened there. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. So we'll hit them with a demand more. And Rowe with the cross. That's Kirby. Toure's got it. I think that's a penalty. It is a penalty. It should be Mullin. It is. But Lutweiler saved it. It was a terrible penalty. There's nobody looking like an obvious candidate for substitution at this stage, so I'm going to leave it exactly as it is, but I am going to demand more. And then, right, Toure needs to come off for Jonathan Rowe. And Callum Rowe needs to come off for Owen Gallagher. So those are our two remaining substitutions. Carlisle remain top of the table, but we'll replace them if we can score another goal. But a win's a win. We're joint top of the league. So outstretch the arms. Well done. That's fine. And as I say, the next game is an EFL trophy game. For those of you who are old enough to remember, it used to be known as the Auto Glass Trophy and the Auto Windscreen Shield. So it's not a trophy that's taken particularly seriously until you get to the very late stages. So he's sustained broken ribs. That's not good. He's out for 3 months. It was a horrible challenge and I'm going to be complaining about it if I get the chance in the press conference. Paul Manning's bad day in front of goal. He played quite well and was an important part of the game plan. Yeah, he was superb, saving a penalty. It's a bad one, I'm gutted for him. It's about time something is done. An opportunity for somebody else to take his place, unfortunately. Is there anything in reports linking Wrexham with Reading's Ethan Bristow? If he's a right back, possibly. He's not, he's a left back. We don't need a left back, so no. The rest of the players need to step up. I'm really pleased with how we've adjusted. More pleased for the players, absolutely. Okay, so it is Blackpool in the Papa John's Trophy, and as I say, we're not going to take this game seriously. It's going to be a mixture of fringe players and youth teamers that are going to play in this one. So we'll make as many changes as we can. I think we'll be looking to make sort of 9 or 10 changes to the team. We'll just request a summary to the inbox again. Okay. Stevens is injured for 1 to 2 days. Well, he'll sit out the Blackpool game and be ready to face Plymouth. And yes, although I am a Plymouth Argyle supporter, I do want to beat them. I'll just say no comment, I think, at this point, because it depends on who leaves as to what we need to bring in. We do have a number of fringe players who if I get the chance to offload them, I would, and upgrade them. So they're recommending 7 changes. Let's add the under 18s in there as well. And let's just go back and go to the squad screen. Let's pick it from there, it's easier. Minimum. Clear entire team selection. So we've got to pick at least 4 that are marked QP. So we'll go with Rob Langton in goal. Max Cleworth at right back. Cameron Green at left back. We'll play Oisin McEntee and Harry Lennon as the centre backs. Anthony Grant can play as the defensive midfielder. David Jones and Dan Jarvis can be the midfielders. So we've already got the qualifying players we need. So we can pick anybody we want at this stage. Right wing, we will play Jonathan Rowe. Left wing will play Owen Cushion. And up top, Jordan Ponticelli. And then substitutes and pick positions only. We'll just let the AI do that. So that's the team selected. Owen Cushion needs a squad number. He can have 21. That's absolutely fine. And this match is very much just about giving some players game time and making sure that the ones who are first teamers don't get hurt. So we'll be replacing the first teamers rather than the reserves as the match goes on. Pressure is all on them. Ward with a free kick, it's over the bar. And Langton with the ball. Going to kick it long, I think. He does. But can't pick out Owen Cushion. Nerville. I think it's a penalty. It is. No VAR, of course. But I don't think there's a doubt it was a penalty. It's a goal. Freddie Ladapo. A man I used to cheer because he's an ex-Argyle player. But he's wounded me there. So we'll demand more. I think it's 5 substitutes in the EFL trophy. So we'll make 2 at half time. Husband cuts it in, but Lainton saved it. Yeah, we are struggling to contain them, that's true. Cushion might not make half time by the looks of it. Harry Lennon's cleared that one. He isn't playing well. But Cushion is on the ball now. Green, Jarvis, Jones, Jarvis, Jones. They're playing it between themselves. Ponticelli's in. But he can only hit Maxwell in the Blackpool goal. Jones with the corner. Cleared. Ladapo can break. He's got a fair amount of speed on him as well. But the highlight ends. Not too disappointed with 1-0 down at half time, to be honest. If that is how it ends, it doesn't. Ladapo's got another one. His second of the game, second of the season. So I wonder if he's not getting game time at Blackpool. Might have to investigate that. Because he would be a lethal striker to bring in at this level. Right, hands on the hips. We have to improve. Let's see if we can make a couple of changes. We'll take off Cushion. For Jimmy Toure. And just that one at the moment. So just the one change at half time. I think we'll take off Jones, midfielder Jones. Oops, wrong button. So let's do a quick sub. Blackpool have scored again. So Jones is coming off for Kirby. And Grant can come off for Forner. So we're now 3-0 down. And that was just a defensive cock-up. Lainton came out couldn't get there because of his defenders. I think I might have to take... I can't make any more subs. So it is only 3 actually in this competition. Patata. Green with the ball. Gives it to Lennon. Forner. Kirby. McEntee. Plays it wide to Rowe. Rowe goes to Cleworth. But the ball's intercepted and Blackpool can clear. But Lennon mops up at the back and gets us going again. Jarvis with a lovely ball forward. Ponticelli is off here. So we're going to see out stoppage time with no striker on the pitch. We're not going to win the game, so there's no point making any changes to that one. And don't like what I just saw there. It's nothing to do with the result, the red card, because it's going to affect games going forward. That's a player we won't have available now for at least one game. It's absolutely fine. Ponticelli is banned and he's unavailable for the League 2 game against Plymouth. Well, if you want Ponticelli, you can have him. So it's transfer deadline day. I will probably try and move him on. And then if I can move him on, we'll see if we can fund a deal for Freddie Ladapo. I've seen firsthand what he can do, so he's certainly a player I'm interested in. If we can find a way to raise the money. I don't know how much they'll want for him yet. Excuse me, while the game is loading, I'll just go and grab a drink. Right, I am now back with you, sorry about that. And let's see what we can do. We are going to take part because we're looking to get a player in. So Jordan Ponticelli is the one we're looking to move on at the very least. So let's have a look at the squad. I think David Jones is unregistered, so as is Anthony Grant, so those two might as well be offered out. £1,000 transfer list. Anthony Grant and David Jones. I'm going to drop his value to 1,000 as well and offer him out. And Ponticelli is suspended for the next match. But I'll offer him out. I'll offer him out on loan and see if we can get 50% of his wages paid, which will free up some of the he needs to be at least a regular starter, and I want him playing up front, but I don't mind what role he plays in, so we'll offer him out, Ponticelli, and we'll see if anybody bites. As I say, we need those players to leave before we can bring anybody in, so it is absolutely a waiting game. Kings Lynn want Ponticelli, that's fine. We're not interested in selling. Kings Lynn make loan approach for Ponticelli. 30%. Oh, fine, yeah. They're paying money for him as well, so we'll accept that one. He can go to Kings Lynn with my blessing. So that's a little bit chipped off the wage bill. Apologies for the cough. I've tested positive for coronavirus today, so I haven't been coughing up to now. Alright, let's go back to deadline day. No offers. Persuade to find a new club. Persuade Anthony Grant. Don't want to upset him because he's still going to be here if no one buys him. No, that didn't work as I'd intended. So that one's gone. See if we can get James out the door. Might have to tell him that he's not registered. Okay, that worked. Right. Let's check the Jordan Ponticelli. Yep, we might well see him leave. There is an offer in. Let's just check the registration situation. If Ponticelli is registered, which he is, then if he goes, Ladapo can come in. So that will be the deal we'll be looking to do. If that's the only one we get in, then that will be okay. Alia Capriel, rumour. No, I'm not interested. Connor, Taylor Luke Dreyer, Billy Bowden, Michael Jacobs, Moses Odebajo, Mickey Demetrio, Alfie May, Jake Wakeling, George Laxley, Hiram Boateng, Harry Chapman. Right, so there's nothing on Ladapo. We've got 10 grand in the wage budget and 357,000. So let's see if we can afford Freddie Ladapo. Freddie Ladapo. He's only played one game. 14 to £130,000. Make an offer. So we'll offer £14,000. They want 135. No. Right, let's take that one away, remove and exclude, and reduce that to 130. And they've accepted it. That's a bargain for a player that good. It's in the best interests of all parties to find a deal, but only if the players are actually willing to go through with it, which at the moment they're not. Ladapo is not interested. Darn. So we need to find another striker option. Ryan Hardy. Oh, he's moved to Sunderland already, so I'm guessing he's not been there very long. No. They only paid £48,000 for him. Damn. Luke Jeffcott. £22-year-old poacher, 55 to £550,000. If I can get him for £55,000, £160. we'll take away those instalments, but they can have the rest of it. That's a bargain. Result. See if we can get Luke Jeffcott in. Jeffcott is very interested. 0.6 to 2.1 fringe player. I'm going to walk away from that deal then. He's obviously not as good. Yeah, he only scored 4 goals in League One last year, so I think we might have to rethink that one. Let's see. Let's see what my director of football suggests for a striker. Jack Vale, Max Waters, Aidan Keener. Aidan Keener. He's 23, plays for Falkirk. He's got 3 in 5 games this season so far. Only 11 in 32 in League One in Scotland last season. So not him then. Max Waters is on £5 a week at Cardiff. Might be worth trying to get him in on loan. See if we can do that. They want his wages paid in full. So we can only pay 80%. That's annoying. So we're going to need to pay them £4 a month to make this deal happen. We'll cancel that deal. Looks like I won't be making any signings then. At this point. And Johnny Kalman. No. Let's look through the rumours. Cole Stockton. He could be worth a go. Make an offer. £115,000. They've accepted. Yeah, there's money in the budget. Budget isn't the problem. Cole Stockton is not interested. Damn. I think we'll carry on with what we've got then. Yeah, I think we're set. I think we're done now. I don't see us making any changes now. I'm open to suggestions if anybody wants to drop anything in the chat for an idea for a striker. But other than that, I think the squad will probably remain as it is. Yeah. Even with Carlo Ziga, he's a goalkeeper, not interested. There's no reason to think we'll do that deal today. There's no option on that occasion for where the heck did you get that story from? Right. 6 hours of the transfer deadline remaining. Deadline day remaining. Is there anybody? I think we are done. I can't see us getting anybody in. Gary Medine. Would he be worth signing for the rest? He's 32 years old. But he's not exactly prolific. He's only got 80 goals in his entire career. Going back to 2006. So, nope, not interested in Gary Medine. No, I think we're done. So let's just get deadline day out of the way and move on to the next match. Unless there's no strikers in that list, so delighted to have him. Jonathan Rowe's been a good signing. I don't know yet. Okay, we positioned ourselves well, now it's time to get to work. I think that's a reasonable response to that question. 2 hours till the transfer deadline. And that will see us finalise. 30 minutes now till deadline day is over. The deadline's done, so our squad will be finalised ahead of our match on Saturday against Plymouth Argyle. do the squad registration. So we've got Green, Jones and Grant all unregistered. And we've got no more space in the squad, so we can't actually register anyone else. So we'll confirm that squad listing. And then I'll just alter the filters back to remove the under 18s. And let's get to the Plymouth game as quickly as we can. Oh, hang on, let's talk to some journalists. Enjoyed a rather quiet transfer deadline day. Was that intentional? No, we tried. No, we won't sell anybody. Because we can't replace them. I was only looking to move players on if I could bring in replacements. And I've won the Manager of the Month, which has pleased my chairman. We passed financial fair play. We certainly have. Jonathan Rowe is now injured, which 2 to 4 days, so not the end of the world. And he won't play against Plymouth, but he'll be available for the next game. Squad dynamics are looking reasonably good. We've got a good spread throughout the tiers. Dressing room atmosphere is good. Managerial support is excellent. And my focus is on the match. Blackpool matches in the past. So we're not concerned about that now. Kirby's had a fine start. Delighted with his start. Been a real breath of fresh air. And that's it. Someone's Grant. Ponticelli moves on loan to King's Lynn. That's fine, he can go. Right, let's pick the team. It's a quick pick. Make the changes. Is there anybody that we'd look to include if we could? No, there's nobody actually fit, so it would only be substitutes. Sean Goss could play in central midfield, but Kirby and Jones are perfectly capable, so that's fine. Toure could play at right wing. But Jordan Stevens is just as good. So I think we'll leave it as it is. So we're making nominally 10 changes to the team lineup from the last game. Just waiting for confirmation of the lineup. It's Marek Steck in goal, Hayden, Graham, McEntee and Gallagher the back four, Tyrese Forner at the base of midfield, Nia Kirby and James Jones central midfield, Jordan Stevens and George Cooper the wingers, Paul Mellon up front. Let's go and try and beat Plymouth. Pump this. Don't let a good run of form come to an end, keep it going. So let's see if we can. Plymouth are a very good side at this level. So let's demand more. We're currently top of the table. Carlisle have obviously gone behind. Almost nothing's happened in the first half. Hayden with a throw in, it's gone to Stevens. Jones plays it wide to Gallagher. Gallagher back to James Jones. Forner to Kirby. Kirby to Hayden. Hayden needs to beat his man, but can't. Slides Kirby in. Gives it to Hayden. Hayden with the cross. George Cooper with the goal. I think it's going to count this time. And it does. It's a bullet header from Cooper into the corner. Keeper, literally no chance. Whipped in, and Oisin McEntee's got his, I think his first goal. No, it's not going to count. How close was this? Very. It is offside, but very close. And that's half time. We're 1-0 ahead. So we'll encourage the lads at half time. So we'll point the finger. We can definitely find another gear and start the second half. No changes at half time. Don't really see the need to, as nobody is particularly struggling. It's been launched in. Kirby's got it. He's given it to Jones. Jones to Gallagher. Gallagher to Cooper. Cooper down the line from Mullin. Mullin back to Gallagher. Gallagher to Jones. Kirby back to Graham. Graham wide to Hayden. Hayden to Stevens. Stevens gets his cross in. I think that's a penalty. Yes, it's given. If that's O'Neill, he's off. It is. He's off. So Luke O'Neill sent off. Mullin puts the penalty away. For 6th goal of the season. And we're looking good at this stage. We're 2 points clear at the top. And Kirby wins it back. Cooper Plays Mullin through. Mullin should have probably taken it round Mike Cooper there. Cooper with the corner. It's headed behind. Cooper has another try. This one's headed clear. And the highlight ends. So we have a throw in deep inside the Plymouth half. Forner to Hayden, to Forner, to Kirby, to Hayden. Hayden loses the ball. And it's back with Graham, to Hayden, to Graham. Graham goes over the top. Mullin gets there, but he scoops it over the bar. Could have scored. Should have scored, probably. We're 2-0 ahead. Looking comfortable. Some big wins coming in League 2 today. Looking at some of those scores going through. Gillingham 5-0 up at home to Northampton. Sutton United 4-1 up away at Rochdale. I think I saw a 7-0 go through a minute ago. I did, but Oldham have got one back against Newport County to trail 7-1. And we've won 2-0. So good performance. So outstretch the arms. Nice work. Well done. I wonder if they'll mention the fact that I'm an Argyle supporter in the press conference and ask me what it means to beat my own team. We'll find out very shortly. This match press conference. Yeah, we were excellent. Our home form has to be the platform upon which we build our success. Aaron Hayden's performance, he was the best player on the pitch. I don't want us to let up now. Team knows there's no place for complacency. I don't see why not. It'll be tough, but that is football, indeed. And that's the end of the press conference. So we've won 5 games in a row now. And we've kept 4 clean sheets, which is probably more important. And we're looking reasonably solid at the top with 15 points from 15. Let's have a look at the forthcoming schedule. What have we got coming up? Home to Bristol Rovers in the Cup next. And back-to-back away games at Swindon and Northampton. And then a home game against Hartlepool. So, let's get into it. Let's keep going. Wrexham versus Bristol Rovers in the Carabao Cup. Unlike the Papa John's Trophy, we do want to put out a strong side in this one. Welcome into the stream. We're just about to play our Carabao Cup third round game against Bristol Rovers, and as I was just saying, we're currently top of the league, of League 2, 5 wins out of 5, having got promoted last season. So it's looking very, very good at the minute. How's everyone else's saves going? One more day until the game of the day of the Bristol Rovers game, and so we'll just do the press conference and then we'll get to the match as quickly as we can. Are we confident? We've been sharp in training. The lads are in a confident mood. We're going to take it one game at a time and see what happens. And that's all they've asked me on this occasion. So we'll move on and let's get some action going. See if we can win again. Bristol Rovers is going to be a tough game, no doubt about that. We're a new club to the Football League. Bristol Rovers are far more experienced than us. But hopefully we can turn up on the day and do ourselves justice. That's certainly the plan. And hopefully at some point, if we get through the Bristol Rovers game, we'll get a game against the Premier League side to try and make some money and get out of the competition. Since it's unlikely that we're actually going to win it. So George Cooper, well, we've got several players who are cup tied, so I'm just going to quick pick and we'll go with that team. Given the injuries and cup tied players, I don't have much of an alternative. So just to confirm the way the team lines up for it, it's Marek Steck in goal. Back four is Aaron Hayden at right back, centre backs McEntee and Ben Tozer, Callum Rowe at left back, Tyrese Forner at the base of midfield, ahead of him Nia Kirby and James Jones in central midfield, Jordan Stevens on the right wing, Jimmy Toure on the left wing, Paul Mullin as the lone striker, so it's a 4-3-3. And let's get into this one. So we'll pump the fists, go out there and impress me. And this one is very much going to be an exercise in survival, I think. It's not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination for a club the size of Wrexham, so we'll drop some encouragement, which seems to have gone down reasonably well with the lads. We are actually the better side at the moment. Just need to keep that going and try and take one of the chances that comes our way. Referee is Martin Atkinson, who's well known to most people as a Premier League referee. But as followers of lower league football will know, being a Premier League referee doesn't necessarily mean you're a good one. Forner with the ball now. Gives it to James Jones, back to Ben Tozer, McEntee, finds Kirby, out to Stevens. Stevens tries to beat his man, gets a cross in, Toure scores. Fantastic goal. Stevens with the run down the wing, brilliant cross, finds the head of Toure. And we go in at half time, 1-0 ahead. Fantastic. Don't really deserve it. In all honesty, it's been a very even game. But we'll pump the fists. No, we won't, because... Yes, we will. Pump the fists. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. We don't want to weaken the side in the second half, so we'll only take off players if they need a rest. Stevens looks like he might be the first candidate to come off. But I'm going to hold on to that for as long as I can. Probably till about 70 minutes. So that's about now then. Yeah, Stevens now needs to come off. So we'll bring on Jonathan Rowe. Toure can come off. And bring on Cam Campbell. And we'll just try and see out the remaining 15 minutes. Although Hayden needs to come off as well. Harry Lennon can come on. I think... Let's try... Nope, that's worse. That's even worse. So we're just going to have to play Harry Lennon at right back. So 10 minutes to go. We're still holding on to the 1-0 lead. Lennon launches the throw-in and the highlight ends. So it obviously didn't amount to anything spectacular. But as you can see from the XG of the situation and also the shots and shots on target, Bristol Rovers are going to feel very slightly unfortunate to have gone out to us today. But who cares? Outstretch the arms, well done. Good work, we weren't at our best. I think that's the right answer. Certainly pleases the players. So that is the outcome. Okay, so we'll attend the press conference. Fairy tale continues. I'm pleased with through, but won't get ahead of ourselves. We're not going to win it. Every game's an adventure. Yeah, absolutely. We're looking good at this stage. Okay. Next up, it's a trip to Swindon, who are currently 20th in the league. But ahead of that, we've got the draw for the 4th round. So it's the last 16 of the competition. And remarkably, we're still in it. So it's Port Vale will play Millwall. Manchester United will play Middlesbrough. Reading will play Peterborough. Chelsea will play Leicester. League 2 Wrexham will play Manchester City. Fantastic draw. Delighted with that. The only way that could have been any better is if it was away. Delighted with that draw. We just need to keep our league form going. I'm certainly not going to be playing weakened teams to keep players fit for the Manchester City game. We're going to try and keep our league form going as long as possible. And just waiting for the game to tick over. The League 2 game against Swindon is on the Sunday this time, so just waiting for the Saturday games to finish and the game to tick over to Sunday, and then we can so we remain top of the league. And no reason why we shouldn't be looking to capitalise on that tomorrow. And then after that we can look at where the fixtures are going to take us. Right. So Sam Graham and George Cooper need to come back. George Cooper can certainly play, so we'll take Cameron Green off the bench. George Cooper can replace Jimmy Toure. Cameron Green is unregistered, so that's fine. Sam Graham needs to come in. For McEntee, McEntee's slightly struggling, but he can sit on the bench. And he can sit there in place of... who is struggling? Dan Jarvis. So that's the team. So we've made a couple of changes. Welcome into the stream. So we're playing Swindon Town away, managed by Sol Campbell, and our team is Marek Steck in goal. Back four of Aaron Hayden, Sam Graham, Ben Tozer and Callum Rowe, that's right to left. Tyrese Fornett at the base of midfield. Nia Kirby and James Jones in central midfield. Jordan Stevens right wing, George Cooper left wing, and Paul Mullin as the striker. And let's go and try and beat Swindon. It's a game we should be winning. So we'll outstretch the arms. No, in fact we'll pump the fists. We're doing well on a good run. Let's keep that going. Make it positive. Try and keep the language positive. And see if we can't get a sixth win in a row in the league to go along with the excellent cup run that we're on. Bullicott launches the ball long for Swindon, but it's only gone as far as Callum Rowe, our left back. He's launched it forward. Mullin is in but can't finish. Really, he should be scoring from there. We're dominating. Swindon haven't had a chance yet, so let's demand more. We've only hit one shot on target, but Swindon have done that now as well. So James Jones with the corner. Graham heads it over the bar. We've now had 8 shots but only 1 on target. This is the sort of game that you need to get a goal so you don't lose it. Let's demand more. it looks like we're going in at half-time level, which is slightly disappointing. So we'll give them a bit of a rocket. Tell them I don't like what I saw. Maybe George Cooper is apprehensive. Tyrese Forner is not playing well. Tyrese Forner for Sean Goss, that's fine. And I think Cooper for Rowe. So although he's not as good, if Rowe's nervous and worried, it's possibly a good idea to get him off and then just save the last substitution for an injury later in the game. So we'll demand more. Rowe brings it forward. Rowe from Mullin. Woolacott somehow has kept that out. I'm not sure how he's done it, but we don't get to see the corner, so it obviously came to nothing. It's hook clear. James Rowe, Mullin, Kirby, Tozer, Callum Rowe, James Rowe, Callum Rowe. I don't know if they're related. If anybody wants to advise me, please feel free to do so. As I'm saying that, Paul Mullin's just put us 1-0 up. So that is just what the doctor ordered. It's a good good start to the season. We're 6 games unbeaten as it stands. Hayden, I think, is going to have to come off if we can. No, we haven't got a right back on the bench. Let's have a look at the squad. Can we put anybody to right back? Not really. Aaron Hayden is the only option. He's going to have to stay on. So we'll take off one of the... in fact, we'll take off Jordan Stevens and bring on Jimmy Toure. With 10 minutes to go. Just try and freshen the attack up a little bit. Mullin's going to have to play on. Marek Steck with the ball, clears it long. James Jones has it, gives it to Kirby. Kirby over the top. Rowe looking for some help. He's got it from Mullin, but Mullin can't keep his header down. It's a corner. It's Jones. Toure heads it over the bar. We've had an awful lot of chances in this game. Do not do anything silly in that situation. Oh, he's going to send him off, isn't he? He has. He sent Ben Tozer off. That is really annoying. Going to drop Sean Goss into the back 4, I think. Just for the remaining couple of minutes, we'll drop Sean Goss into the back 4. And it's headed over, so hopefully we've got away with that one. And we have, we've won the game 1-0. So I think we'll outstretch the arms. Nice work, everyone. It's another win. So we keep rolling on. And just confirm the league table. We're 6 points clear, having won our first 6 games of the season. But losing our captain Ben Tozer is not ideal. Let's get the press conference done. It was an ugly challenge, there's no doubt about that. It was two-footed and definitely deserved a red card. Lads are always raring to go. Ben will be back in the side when he's done his suspension. He's our captain, I'm not leaving him out. He'll get a fine for that, but he's not going to be dropped. Dismissal. Fine a week's wages, that's fine. I didn't realise I clicked the wrong button then. I clicked appeal instead of confirm. Never mind. So we might be about to lose Ben Tozer for even longer, because there's no way that's getting overturned on appeal. So we've got another away game coming up. Northampton Town, the next opponents. And obviously Ben Tozer will be missing for that one, which is a blow. Not only is he captain, he is one of our better players. Well, he's one of the best players at the club. So it's very disappointing, but Ben Tozer's been fined a week's wages for his red card. Be ironic if it's rescinded. I don't think it will be. They're certainly taking their time to hear his appeal. Normally I thought these things are done quite quickly. So it's looking like he won't be available for the Northampton game anyway. So I think we have to accept that we're going to be without him, probably for a couple of games. I don't even think it was particularly deliberate. He was just slightly late and went in a bit hard. So, looking for another 3 points if we can get them against Northampton. And then I think the game after that is a home game, if I remember rightly. Just check that now. Yeah, after Northampton it's Hartlepool at home, and then Everton under 23s in the EFL trophy, which again we'll be putting out a rotated side as we did against Blackpool a few games ago. So the Northampton game is the trickier of the next two, but we're not going to take either of them lightly. So let's. Northampton have been disappointing. I think that's fair. We're nothing without hard work. I'm pleased he's come straight in and played to this level. I'm impressed with his focus and professionalism. Kyle Wotton, I knew they were going to ask me, he's out for 3 months. There's a long road ahead. There's a real vibrancy and togetherness about the squad. For me, he's the best player on the pitch every time. Tyrese Forner, he's well suited to this type of fixture. He has my full backing. Jordan Stevens is a good player. So we'll have to have a look and see how many changes we need to make. Oh, George Cooper's injured, that's a blow. daren't risk George Cooper against Northampton. So he'll get a couple of games off at this stage because he won't play in the EFL Trophy either. So he'll be unavailable for the Northampton game. He'll play against Hartlepool, but then he'll have a rest against Everton. So after the 24th, he won't play again then until away at Carlisle. Right. Let's have a look at the lineup. See what we can do. So we've got Tozer suspended, Hosanna Wotton injured, multiple players unregistered. So essentially Owen Gallagher will come in and replace George Cooper. Then we'll move Callum Rowe forward. But then Jimmy Toure can go to the left. Jordan Stevens can play on the right, that's fine. And that just leaves Ben Tozer to come out. And we need a centre back. So it's going to be Oisin McEntee. And George Cooper is going to sit on the bench, but he absolutely will not play in this game. He's absolutely not going to play in this one. So our lineup is Marek Steck in goal, Aaron Hayden right back and captain, Sam Graham and Oisin McEntee the centre backs, Owen Gallagher at left back, Tyrese Forner at the base of midfield, Nia Kirby and James Jones ahead of him, Jordan Stevens right wing, Jimmy Toure left wing, Paul Mullin up front. And let's go and try and win the game. So, pump the fists, we're doing well and we're on a good run. Kick off. Not going to demand anything, we're away from home. So, if we have to take a point in this one, we will take a point. No two ways about that. John Guthrie scored. 10 minutes gone, we're 1-0 down. It's a good header to be fair, but I think the keeper should do better than that. So we will demand more now because we're losing. Kirby with the free kick. It's headed clear. Gallagher to Forner, Forner to Hayden. Hayden to Stevens. Stevens looking to get space for his cross. He's crossed it to the back stick. But Toure's header is over. Mullin's having a poor start to the game, but he's got quality to turn that round. I might give him an individual shout in a minute when I get the chance. No, we'll leave it for now. We'll deal with it at half time. Gallagher to Jones, Jones to Forner. Forner plays it across. Oh, that was so close. Mullin has not performed to the level of which he's capable in that first half. And as a consequence, although we do deserve to be ahead and we're behind, it's not good enough, I'm afraid. So we'll point the finger rather than thrashing the arms. want a much better display in the second half. I think that's a more positive way of framing that question. Let's go back to the team talk. Let's talk to individuals, and we'll talk to Paul Mullin. This is a match where you can go out there and remind everyone what you can really do. That seems to have helped, so fingers crossed Mullin can come good in the second half. So we'll demand more because we are losing. Still. Oh, Mullin's getting worse. Toure. Sure that was a foul. McGowan. Sarkic has hit the crossbar. We've got away with that. Can that be the wake-up call that we need to do better, I wonder? McEntee to Toure, Toure to Jones, Jones wide to Gallagher. Back to James Jones, Toure. Oh, he's lashed it over the bar. Should have been looking to feed Mullin in there, I'm afraid. Kirby goes back stick and Paul Mullin's equalised. He's got one. So we're back to the position I said at the start, that if we have to take a point, we will. I won't be going attacking to try and win the game. We'll encourage the boys at this stage. Fingers crossed that has the desired effect, and we at the very least hold on to what we've got. Kirby in central midfield for Sean Goss. Toure on the left wing is struggling. So we'll bring on Jonathan Rowe. Stevens on the right wing for Campbell. And we have indeed held on for a point. So the unbeaten run continues, even though the winning run is over. And I don't think Northampton can have too many complaints about that. Proud of the work you've done. You salvaged something out of a game where you didn't play well. I think that's absolutely right. So we'll move on to the next game, and fingers crossed we can put things right and get 3 points. But as you can see, we're still 4 points clear at the top, so no need to panic. We'll pick ourselves up. Gives me a belief we're not done yet. Confidence is always a good thing. Contributed effectively. Fraser Horsfall was their centre back, and he did play very well. That is going to happen to you occasionally. Okay, so we've got a week off now until the game with Hartlepool. Oh, excuse me, itchy nose. So we need to take advantage of the fact that we're still unbeaten. Tozer's been handed a further 2-match ban. That's disappointing. We won't make the mistake of appealing again. So we'll just take his 3-match ban and move on. The positive to take out of that is we'll have a fresh defender to bring back in once he's finished. We're not going to scout Baker. He's not good enough. Phillips, good EFL League One player. Well, let's add him to the shortlist and scout him further. Kieran Phillips and Hutchinson, potentially League 2 standard, not interested, so we'll remove him from the shortlist. And no interest in the player. Cass, good EFL League 1 player. Add him to the shortlist and fully scout him. And Roberts, potentially a League 2 player, not interested, go away. Warrington, so Lewis Warrington, no, not interested, not good enough. And we're not going to be making any signings now for several months anyway. We're in September, so no business till January. But I will desperately be looking to add a striker in January. It's the one thing we are in need of, is another striker to take the weight off Mullin's shoulders a little bit. Ryan Leake, good EFL League 1 player. We're going to add him to the shortlist and get him fully scouted. FA Cup, we're only at the second qualifying round stage, so EFL Cup quarter-final draw. Is coming up very shortly. We haven't even played our 4th round game yet, so it's going to be an either or outcome from that one. Don't know when does it say on the schedule when it is? Yes, we've got Manchester City, haven't we? So we're already confirmed. So it'll be us or Manchester City, so realistically Manchester City. And we'll find out who it's going to be. I'm just going to go straight through those. Quarter-final draw. Automatic draw. So Reading versus Liverpool or Brentford. Millwall versus Wrexham or Manchester City. So it's a trip to Millwall. And it's Everton or Sheffield United versus Chelsea or Leicester. Wigan or Arsenal versus Manchester United or Middlesbrough. So a trip to Millwall awaits the winners of Wrexham and Manchester City. It's an interesting outcome. Dave Challoner is overachieving at Hartlepool. He's doing a wonderful job in very difficult conditions. It's not patronising to be complimentary. Dan Jarvis will be eased back in. Always want to be patient and cautious. He's absolutely vital. James Jones. He does the understated sort of keep the ball and pass it to one of his own players work in midfield. That's the sort of player that James Jones is. He just keeps us going. So today it's Hartlepool United at home, and they're 6th in the table, so not an easy game, but we're the league leaders, so we'll be looking to get in. If everyone is fit, then I might just swap Kirby. No, that doesn't make any difference. Kirby's better there, and Fauna, we'll swap him for Sean Goss, and that'll do. That'll be the only change we'll make. So that's the team for today, which we'll just confirm in full very, very shortly once the teams have finished their warm-up. I've done it all the way through and I'll continue to do it. It's Marek stacking goal, Hayden at right back, Graham and McEntee centre backs, Owen Gallagher at left back, Sean Goss at the base of midfield, Nia Kirby and James Jones ahead of him, Jordan Stevens at right wing, Jimmy Torre at left wing, Paul Mullin up front. So let's pump the fists. Doing well and we're on a good run, let's keep it going. I don't want to be... Since we're at home I would normally be a bit more demanding than that, but we're playing a good side. So I don't want us to get deflated, but we'll demand more. We're 15 minutes in. McEntee wins it back. It's passed to Jones. McEntee gets it back. Gallagher to James Jones. Goss gives it to Graham to McEntee. McEntee forward. Kirby picks up the loose ball. Stevens plays it out to Hayden. Hayden needs to get his cross in. Can't do it, so gives it to Kirby. Kirby gives it to Torre. Torre scores. 1-0. Great start, lads. It's looking really good at the moment. We're 1-0 up again. And as it stands, 6 points clear at the top. Headed clear. Mullin's got it, but he's going to need some help. He's not going to be able to do it on his own from there. He's given it back to Hayden. Stevens gives it to Kirby. Mullin's gone more central, so Hayden's given it to Stevens. Hayden to Goss to Kirby. Mullin gets it back. Stevens, Kirby. Oh, it's just over. So close. We are the better team, but we need another goal, I think. I'm going to encourage at this stage. We're doing alright. Jones with the in-swinging corner. To the back stick. Mullin gets the goal. That's exactly what we wanted. And he's planted it past the goalkeeper. Mullin gives it out to Toure. It's crossed in, but it's headed away, and Gallagher's picked up the loose ball. He plays it inside to James Jones, inside to Goss. Kirby crashes it in off the bar. We're absolutely on fire in this game. Hartlepool drop out of the playoffs as a result of this defeat, which now surely is going to be a defeat. They're 3-0 down. Hayden plays it to Stevens. Stevens looking to get it across. Can't, so plays it back. Goss to Jones. Jones unleashes one. He's at the crossbar. And that's half time. We're 3-0 up. So I think we can pump the fists. No, in fact we'll outstretch the arms. Tell them you're doing brilliantly. Keep going. Just send them out for another half of football. Stevens back to Hayden. Hayden crosses it. It's just over. Gallagher with a throw-in. Gives it to Goss. Goss to Gallagher. Gallagher to Toure. Toure with a shot. It's gone wide. Newport County come back to within 4 points. Oh, it's gone in. Mark Shelton scored. Still half an hour to go. We need to demand more at this point. We need another goal. I'm not going to watch your replay, thank you. And it's a throw in. Hayden with the throw. To Kirby, gets it back. Hayden. Jimmy Toure surely seals the win. 4-1. Just watch the cross from Hayden. Toure just gets in between the two defenders and muscles them out the way. Tight offside apparently. Oh, it is razor thin. I think possibly with VAR that gets chalked off. And Jones with the corner, it's headed clear. Only 7 minutes remain. We just need to keep calm now and keep them at bay. Someone needs to close Cullen down, but they haven't. It's headed clear though. Ferguson gives it to Shelton. Shelton back to Ferguson. To Wells, to Shelton, to Holohan. Cullen just over the bar. We've got away with one there. And 1 minute into stoppage time, 3 added minutes ignored. Surely we're safe from here. They've missed another good chance. They could easily have had something out of this game. Mullin. Oh, Ferguson is flattened. Oh, flattens our player, by the way. Mullin, Toure, one touch. No, he can't cross it. And it's away. Graham with a rather agricultural ball forward. McEntee picks up the scraps. Gallagher, Toure, Gallagher, McEntee, Goss, Graham. It's back with Hayden. Plays it back to Graham. Graham goes long again, but still can't find his man. He's misplacing passes at the moment, but that's it. 4-1. Another win. So outstretch the arms. A win and a good performance, that'll do. And I think we'll do the press conference and then just check the next match. So we're top of the league, as you can see. Post-match press conference. They're still a good team. How good was Jimmy Toure? Pleased he played well, that's what we want from him. Yeah, the lad deserves full credit. It was a cracking goal, even though it was scored by them. So we're now 8 matches in a row without losing. So, Wrexham schedule. So, as this is our last game of the month and it's an EFL trophy game, I think that will be the last game of the stream tonight, the Everton game. So we'll play that one and then we'll conduct a raid. At that point, I've not looked to see who's available at this stage. But I think we can certainly as I say, we'll finish the next game and then we'll go look for somebody to raid. So let's do it. Let's get the last game finished. And then we'll take it from there. Okay. 3 days until the Everton game. I think if we lose to Everton, we are actually confirmed as out of the Papa John's. And as I said earlier, it is a competition I'm not at all worried about, not at all bothered. So, monthly staff meeting, as always, summary to the inbox and move on. And once more, it will be a very, very rotated team for the Everton game. So we'll get the under 18s back in the squad and put some of them out. But I think the experience will do them good, even if they're going to get spanked. Which they probably will by Everton, to be fair. So they're expecting a low crowd because they know we're not going to take it seriously. Right. They think we're making 2 changes. We're not. We're going to make an awful lot more than that. So in fact, we'll do what we did last time and go back to the squad screen and do it from there. So filter, add in the under 18 squad. Clear entire team selection. So Rob Lainton in goal. Marek, that can be substitute number 1. So Max Cleworth can play at right back again. Let's give Dan Davis a game at left back. And we'll bring in Eddie Hope as a centre back. And we'll put Ben Tozer with him because he's suspended for league games, so he's not going to get much football anyway. Defensive midfield, play Tyrese Forner. Central midfield, let's give Aaron James a go. And Paolo Ukang. We've only got 3 qualifying players in the squad at the moment, so we do need another one. Let's play Jimmy Toure on the right wing, Cam Campbell on the left wing, Paul Mullin up top. He's showing as a right winger on there, but he's actually our striker. And then we'll do what we did last time and let the unpicked positions get picked by the AI. And the team selection submitted. We need to give 3 players squad numbers. We'll just auto squad number them. And it's 9 changes from the previous match. So it's Rob Lainton in goal, back 4 of Max Cleworth, Eddie Hope, Ben Tozer and Dan Davis, Tyrese Forner at the base of midfield, Aaron James and Paolo Ukang in central midfield, Toure and Campbell the wingers, Paul Mullin up front. And let's give them a quick team talk. Let's point the finger and just wish them all the best, have fun. Almost no response from that, which is absolutely ideal. So yeah, just a matter of trying to survive this one. Mullin almost scores. Mullin's only playing because I don't have another fit striker. Otherwise I would have left Mullin out. I didn't want to risk him against Everton, but we have to. He doesn't get the option for a rest. That's offside, surely. No. Oh, it is. It's disallowed for offside. It's very, very close, though. I think the right decision was reached, but never mind. Okay. Jones, Price. Everton are dominating the game at the moment. Jones crosses. It's. Oh, I think that's a penalty, or it would have been, but Isaac Price has scored anyway. Referee played a really good advantage there and probably saved our man a booking. Yeah, it was a foul, so it would have been a penalty. Never mind. As previously, we're not worried about this competition or the result. I've exposed very few players to potential morale sapping thrashing, so fingers crossed I can just tell them to forget about it and move on. Mullin, no, over the top, but it's pushed that way by the keeper. And he's made a save. So Hope's having a bit of a stinker at centre back and he's not fully fit. And James is actually injured, so I think Hope and James might have to come off at half time. Tell them they can do better. We'll make 2 changes. Eddie Hope comes off. We'll bring on Sam Graham and Aaron James for Jordan Stevens. That'll do for now. I think you get 5 subs in this competition, but I'm not certain of that. So we'll wait till 75 minutes and then we'll try and make another 3 subs. But if we can only make 1, we'll do them in order of urgency, so that if we can only make 1, it doesn't matter. So we'll wait till 75. And I think Ukang is the... No, in fact, Ukang's a youth team player. Davis. And we'll bring on... Aaron Hayden, even though he's a right back. And then Ukang's the next one. Nope, we can't make any more, that's it. It is 3. So we'll just see out the game from here. And if we can lose it 1-0, that would be absolutely brilliant. But alternatively, if you want to go and score a goal, I'm not that troubled by that either. So we'll get those arms up in the air, celebrate the goal. It's 1-1. I think this goes straight to penalties. It does. Right, penalty taking. Let's sort by composure and then by penalties. So Ben Tozer, number 1. Paul Mullin, number 2. Aaron Hayden, number 3. Jimmy Torre, number 4. get who should we have taken it? Fauna, Hayden. Let's sort the penalty takers in order of penalty taking. Mullin, Tozer, Toure, Fauna needs to take the 5th penalty, and we'll just tell them this is your chance to be heroes, make sure you have no regrets. Absolutely, we weren't expecting to win this one. If we do, fantastic. Tozer gets us underway with a good penalty. Gibson slots it away for Everton. Mullin steps up, our regular penalty taker, and he scores. Okoronkwo for Everton scores. Keeper went the right way but couldn't get there. Fingers crossed this isn't a long penalty shootout. I want to go to bed soon. Hayden scores. Onyango scores. So 6 very good penalties so far. Toure slots it away. Sims, penalty for Everton. It's 4-4. So all 8 penalties scored so far. Tyrese Forner needs to score to keep us in it. He has, only just, but it's gone in. So all the pressure now is on Everton. And it's Nkunku. And he scored. So we go to sudden death. And it's Stevens with the first sudden death penalty. He runs up. Oh, he's hit the keeper. Keeper stayed central and he saves it. So Everton now with the chance to win the shootout. And it's Mills. And he has done. Everton win. So we do end the stream with a defeat, but it's one we're not bothered about. Okay, I'll just do the team talk. We'll hands on hips. No. Hands in pockets. We should have won based on chances, and yeah, okay. They're happy with that. That's fine. And once we get to the, we'll just clear that screen through. I'll save the game and then we'll look for a raid. I think we'll go with who should we go to? Work the space is on. yeah, work the space. I think we'll go and see work the space. And thank you very much for joining me. I will pass you through to work the space.